What's up, brother? Christopher Lopez here with Jersey Beast TV, and in this video we're going to talk about how to increase arm size. Now, like any other muscle group, there are a few things that go into building muscle size, okay? There's things like exercise selection, the amount of volume you're doing, rest and recovery time, different training angles. Arms are no different. But for some reason, a lot of guys have trouble getting their arms to grow. So what we're going to cover today is some quick things that you can do in order to maintain arm size or even get them to grow a little bit faster, okay? So first things first, when it comes to arms, you have to realize that your tricep, right, makes up the majority of your arms. So if you're not training your triceps or you're not training them as hard as you are with your biceps, you may want to get on that, all right? Triceps make up most of your arm. The problem is most guys can't see them working, right? Because they're in the back of the body, just like their back and the rear delts, that they kind of neglect them or they don't train them as hard because it's all about what you see from the front, right? So keep that in mind. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to training arms, there's a few different things you can do in order to get your arms to grow. Typically, when you're looking to increase intensity or better your workouts, and maybe you've been doing the same training split for a long time. Maybe you're doing chest one day, back one day, arms and shoulders one day, legs one day. You're doing body part splits. You might want to mix up your workouts a little bit and maybe do an upper body, lower body split, or a total body split for a few weeks and break it up. The reason being is because your body is used to what you're doing, right? So your body is really good at kind of getting used to the same workout routine, the same training exercises. I'm not saying that your body gets confused, okay? But there are times, and I've noticed in my own training, that this whole muscle confusing thing, you can throw it out the window. But what I'm saying is that when you throw your body a curveball, and let's say you're doing a training routine that you haven't done before, maybe it's something new, your body has to adapt to that new training routine. So remember, performance gains or strength gains or size gains or even gains in fat loss have to do with your body having to become efficient at what you're throwing at it. So once your body's, you might even notice after doing the same workout routine for a few weeks or a few months, and you haven't really changed it up too much, your body sometimes stops becoming sore, right? So your body's adapted to the amount of volume you're giving it or the weights that you're using. So if you've been doing a body part split, maybe you want to take the approach of doing an upper body, lower body split, or push-pull split, or a total body split. If you guys have questions about these things, just comment down below, and I'll be able to go in more detail in another video. The other thing to note is that on the flip side, if you're doing total body splits, let's say you're doing more of a cross-training routine and your arms are not growing, a couple things you may want to do. You may want to go the bodybuilding route and kind of go old school. And I know it's kind of frowned upon. A lot of guys are straying away from this style of training, but maybe the thought is to go and do your body part splits for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, and see what happens. Chest one day, back one day, arms and shoulders one day, legs one day. And this may spark new growth because, again, it's not what you're currently doing. Your body has to adapt. With that situation, usually when you're doing a body part split, the volume has been increased because you're working out for an hour, and now you're focusing on one body part or one muscle group exclusively for the most part, right? So keep that in mind. The other thing you may want to take note of is doing exercises that you don't normally do, all right? So to increase arm growth, one thing that I love to do, and this is in my personal training routine and training routines that I give some of my private clients, is I will have them finish their workout with a bodyweight exercise, right? So for biceps, a great bodyweight exercise is chin-ups, right? Because your palms are in, the biceps contract as you pull yourself up. And if you can't do chin-ups, you can always do a static hold where you hold yourself above the bar and you're squeezing your biceps as hard as you can, right? And you basically lower yourself when you can't hold yourself up anymore. You lower yourself as slow as you can. The same goes for dips. So maybe you do a set of dips, right? You do as many as you can. Or if you can't do dips, you do a static hold. You lock it up, and as you can't hold it anymore, you lower your body down. A way to increase intensity on these exercises is to do them weighted. So you can either do weighted chin-ups or a weighted static hold with a dip belt. Same thing with the dips. So I think what I'm trying to get at here, guys, is that you have to do what makes your body uncomfortable. You have to do what you haven't done before. And the same rules apply for training your arms, okay? If you're training your arms and they're not growing, either you're not training them enough or you're not focused. Maybe it could be this too. This has struck my mind. It could be actually you're using too heavy of weights, right? So maybe you're doing curls. See this all the time. You see the guys do curls in the gym. They got a set of 50-pound dumbbells and they're throwing their body in like this, right? You start throwing your body in this like you're doing uppercuts, and you take your bicep out of the movement. You're using your hips. You're using your shoulders. You're using everything but your arms. Your best bet's to go lighter, slow the reps down, focus on the contraction, think about lifting the weight and not moving the weight, right? So you're squeezing the one side, nice and slow. Make sure you turn that pinky up, all right? Even if you gotta use 15s or 20s, leave your ego at the door and make sure you're using weight that allows you to feel the muscle working, all right? So if you're doing curls and curls and curls and endless sets of curls and your arms are not sore, something's wrong, okay? Because usually if you do sets of 20 on bar curls, or maybe you do sets of 15 on dumbbell curls for a few different exercises or a few different sets, you're gonna be sore if you do them right, okay? So my advice to you is to, number one, pick an exercise program that maybe is different than the one you're currently doing. All right, number two is choose your exercises wisely. Maybe mix it up a little bit, throw some body weight work in there. Things that are gonna force your biceps and triceps to contract, like those static holds. They sound easy, they're brutal. You hold your body weight up for 30 seconds to a minute, especially if it's weighted, and you're gonna feel your biceps working, okay? Same thing with the triceps and the dips. You're dipping, you're doing dips for a set amount or a static hold, and you're holding it up as long as you can, your triceps are gonna start to burn. All right, so increase the volume that way. And then obviously make sure that you are training properly, using the right amount of weight for the reps that you're doing with proper form. Again, same thing with any other muscle group. If you're training, you're doing bench or you're doing rows and you are not sore, something's wrong, especially if you're on a new workout split. So let's say you're doing total body work and you decide to do body part work, body part splits, arms only one day and chest only one day, and you're not sore, you made that switch and you're focusing solely on one muscle group per day and you're not sore, something's wrong. Or if your muscles aren't sore and your joints are sore, take your foot off the gas a little bit, bring the weight down, and make sure you're contracting the muscles that you're working. All right, guys, hopefully that was useful to you. If you like this video, if you enjoyed it, I have a free gift for you guys on the right side of the screen. All you got to do is click it, put your email in, and I will send it your way. It's my way of saying thank you for watching my stuff. And that's all I got, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure you go to jerseybeast.tv and subscribe.